नमस्कार, હું આદર્શ છું. Adarsh Education Society welcomes you all here.
Dear student friends, let's move ahead in supplementary lesson number 6, the making of a scientist. At the age of 22, a former scout of the year, scout guide is very similar with NCC. Both are working for the discipline in schooling life and harmony in society. It is for the physical training. Excited the scientific world with a new theory on how cells work. The basic fundamental idea of biology starts with the cell and how cell works. That is, that was the research for Albright. Richard H. Albright and his friend, college roommate, friend who was living with him in college life, friend, explained the theory in an article in the Proceeding of the National Academy of Science. You see, this is written in a italic handwriting, italic font. That is indication the name of periodics. Explain the theory in the article, so that only article is written. Article would be in a journal, and so that only this is under the title of this journal, one article they wrote. It was the first time this important scientific journal, same thing came, had ever published the work of college students. Up till now, college students will never get place in that journal. But here, first time they got it. That would be like making the big leagues at the age of 15 and hitting a home run your first at bat. The word is used here. Leagues means a group or groups of sports club, of scientist club, of friends group, of a particular gymnastic club, whatsoever it is, leagues. And so that Indian Premier League, IPL, is having the same word, leagues. For Richard Albright, it was the first in a long string of achievements in science and other fields. What he got in science and other fields for his achievement, this was the first stage for him. This was the first starting step, starting of the way. And it all started with butterflies. What he did, that was based on butterflies. An only child, Albright grew up north of Reading, Pennsylvania. It's the name of university, region also. There was not much I could do there, he said. I certainly couldn't play football or baseball with a team of anyone. I couldn't play that game in my life. How we are having cricket as a crazy game throughout the India. Anywhere else you will get street cricket like that. In foreign countries they are having this baseball and basketball, football as their country game, national game. But there was one thing I could do, and that thing is collect the things. He was having the hobby in his life, and the hobby was collecting different things. So he did it. He ever, forever, he did only one thing, and that is collecting the things. Beginning in kindergarten, KG section, Albright collected butterflies with some determination that has marked all his activities. He also collected rocks, fossils, stones. of different shape, of different weight, of different style, and coins. He became an eager astronomer too, astronomer who learns, studies, speaks, gets the knowledge about the stars in the galaxy. Astronomer. Too, sometimes stargazing all night was his basic hobby when he was too young in his KG section. From the first, he had a driving curiosity, eagerness to know something, along with a bright mind. He also had a mother who encouraged his interest in learning. Our first guru, our first teacher would be always our mother. Next to that, our father. When their duty gets over, then afterwards the real teacher will be in front of our eyes in the school. Otherwise, first teacher is mother, first teacher is father. His mother encouraged him for all his interest. She took him to trips, bought him for him what she will purchase: telescope, microscope, cameras, mounting materials, and other equipments that helped him in many other ways with his hobbies. That was the part of his mother in his upliftment. I was his only companion until he started school. His mother told like this. Each and everything was dealt with mother. From morning to evening, from morning to night, not morning to night, 24 hours. Only mother. After that, I would bring home friends for him, but at night, we just did things together. Whatsoever they will do, that they will do at night. Richie was my whole life after his father died. Only two, mother and son. When Richie was in third grade, third standard. From that time onwards, mother and son, mother and son. The two only made this life according to that demand. She and her son spent almost every evening at the dining room table. If she didn't have things to do, I found work for him. Not physical work, but learning things. He has to work. He has to play. But everything not with the textbook, not with notebook, not with pen and pencil. But some creative work she will bring, through which everything will make possible in his life. His mother said like this, he liked it. He wanted to learn something in his life forever. And learn, he did. He earned top grades in school. On everyday things, he was just like every other kid. For other days, he was equivalent to other kids. While getting result, he was always at the ranker. By the time he was in the second grade, a bride had collected all 25 species of butterflies found around his hometown. Into bracket something is written, see following box. This following box is about the species and subspecies of butterfly collected by a bride in his life. That probably would have been the end of my butterfly collecting, he said, when he was in second grade. At that time, he collected all 25 species of butterfly. And that was his last activity for catching, for plucking, for collecting butterflies. But then my mother got me a children's book called The Travels of Monarch 10. This is the name of a book, The Travels of Monarch 10, from where he collected all the information about all the 25 species of butterflies. That book, which told how monarch butterflies migrate to Central America, opened the world of science to the eager young collector. Young collector, just like Albright. At the end of the book, readers were invited to help study butterfly migrations. If you know something more than this, you can inform, you can think, you can write. They were asked to tag butterflies for research by Dr. Frederick. Dr. Frederick, who wrote that book, he asked all the readers, if you can make any research regarding butterfly, please tag him. How we are used to tag in Facebook, like that, he told. Uh, Urquhart of the University of Toronto, Canada, Albright's mother wrote to Dr. Urquhart, and soon Albright was attaching light adhesive tags to the wings of monarchs. Anyone who found a tagged butterfly was asked to send tag to Dr. Urquhart. The butterfly collecting seasons around reading last 6 weeks in late summer. Summer was about to the end at that time. He started this. For the graph below is given how the number of kinds of butterflies collected in last 6 weeks he did it. That graph is given over here, how he collected, which species he collected. If you are going to chase them one by one, you won't catch very many. So the next step for Albright was to raise a flock of butterflies. Flock of butterflies, group of butterflies. He would catch a female monarch, take her eggs and raise them in his basement through their life cycle from eggs to caterpillar, caterpillar to pupa, pupa to adult butterfly, like that. Then he would tag the butterfly's wings and let them go where they want. For several years, his basement was home to thousands of monarchs in different stages of the life development of monarch in his basement only, because he was used to bring female butterfly. Female butterfly will lay eggs and then afterwards eggs to caterpillar, caterpillar to pupa, pupa to adult butterfly, like that. Eventually, I began to lose interest in tagging butterflies. It is tedious job for me, tedious, boring some. And there is not much feedback for that. Albright said, in all the time I did it, he laughed. Only two butterflies I had tagged were recaptured, and they were not more than 75 miles from where I lived. 75 miles distance. From that distance, two new butterflies had come, and he captured them. Next to that, a few questions are given over there. Oral comprehension is there. Read it out. Perhaps nothing would be hard to you. Whatsoever you want to write from the board, you can write down. I'll be right back for the next part soon. Till that time, thanks to you all. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining us.